The pain of regret, lessons from what could have been. Regret is one of the most powerful and painful emotions we experience. It's a complex blend of disappointment, guilt, and sadness, triggered by missed opportunities, wrong choices, or actions we failed to take. In many ways, regret haunts us by reminding us of what could have been. Why does regret hurt so much? Regret has a way of lingering in the mind longer than most emotions. While joy, excitement, and even fear are often fleeting, regret stays with us, replaying in our heads like a scene from a movie we wish we could edit. But why does it hurt so deeply? The finality of time. One of the main reasons regret is so painful is because of the irreversible nature of time. The past is set in stone, and unlike many other emotions, regret is tied to something we can't change. That feeling of missed chances or paths not taken becomes a constant reminder that certain doors are now closed. Uncertainty about what could have been. Regret thrives on the unknown. We often imagine the alternative paths in our minds. What if we had taken that job, pursued that relationship, or seized an opportunity that seemed risky at the time? The possibilities are endless, and this uncertainty makes us believe the what-if scenarios could have led to a better outcome than the one we chose. The mind can magnify these unrealized possibilities into something idealized, adding layers of pain. A feeling of responsibility. Regret is often more painful when we feel directly responsible for the outcome. It's one thing to look back on events outside of our control, but when we attribute a negative result to our own choices or actions, the burden becomes heavier. This sense of accountability can lead to self-blame, making the pain of regret feel even sharper. The different faces of regret. Regret comes in many forms, and it doesn't always look the same for everyone. While we all experience regret, the situations that trigger it vary from person to person. Let's explore some of the most common types of regret. Regret of inaction. This is perhaps the most common type of regret, where we look back and wish we had done something but didn't. Whether it's not pursuing a passion, not telling someone how we felt, or avoiding a challenge, these missed opportunities can stay with us for years, reminding us of the risks we were too afraid to take. Regret of poor choices. Sometimes regret comes from the actions we did take. This could be a decision made in haste, an emotional reaction, or choosing a path without fully considering the consequences. These regrets often leave us thinking, if only I had done things differently. Regret of harm caused. This type of regret stems from the pain or harm we caused others, whether intentional or unintentional. The guilt of knowing that our actions or words hurt someone can be difficult to let go of, particularly when it's too late to make amends. This regret is tied to our relationships and how we navigate them. Regret of lost time. As we age, we often look back and realize how quickly time has passed. This regret is less about specific actions and more about the general feeling of not making the most of the time we had. Whether it's time wasted on the wrong pursuits or simply not appreciating the present moment, this type of regret often hits us later in life. The double-edged sword of regret. While regret is undeniably painful, it's important to understand that it serves a purpose. In fact, regret can be a double-edged sword. While it brings pain, it can also bring growth and change. Learning from mistakes. One of the most productive outcomes of regret is the lessons it teaches us. By reflecting on what went wrong, we can make better choices in the future. Regret helps us identify areas of our lives that need attention and pushes us to improve. It's a powerful motivator for growth when used constructively. Strengthening resilience. Experiencing regret can build resilience. When we learn to cope with the pain of regret and move forward despite it, we develop emotional strength. This resilience can help us face future challenges with more confidence and less fear of failure. Appreciating the present. Sometimes regret serves as a reminder to live fully in the present. When we spend too much time focusing on what could have been, we miss the beauty of what is. Regret can help us shift our mindset and start appreciating the moments and opportunities we have right now. How to cope with regret. While regret is a natural part of life, it doesn't have to control us. There are healthy ways to cope with the pain of regret and move forward with a sense of peace. Practice self-compassion. It's easy to be harsh on ourselves when we feel regret, but self-compassion is key to healing. Acknowledge that you are human, and mistakes are a natural part of life. Treat yourself with kindness, and forgive yourself for the choices you've made. Shift your perspective. Instead of viewing regret as a negative force, see it as a guide for future decisions. What did your regret teach you? How can you use that lesson to make better choices moving forward? By reframing regret, you can turn it into a tool for growth. Take action. Regret is often tied to a feeling of powerlessness, but taking action can help ease that pain. If there's something you can still do to address the situation, do it. Reach out to someone, make amends, or take a step toward a new opportunity. Action is a powerful antidote to regret. Embrace imperfection. Life is full of uncertainties and imperfections. No matter how much we plan or how carefully we make decisions, we will always face moments of doubt and regret. Embrace the imperfections of life and remember that every choice, whether it leads to success or regret, is part of your unique journey. Final thoughts. Making peace with regret. Regret is an inevitable part of life, but it doesn't have to be paralyzing. While we can't change the past, we can learn from it. By shifting our focus from what went wrong to how we can grow, regret transforms from a painful burden into a valuable teacher. Ultimately, the pain of regret reminds us that we care deeply about the choices we make and the lives we live. And with that awareness, we can make peace with our past while building a future free of unnecessary regret.